welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this makeup look right here. Girl, it is so cute. Is she not cute? She's cute. Like, I have not played with color like this in a while, and I don't know, I think I was just having creator's block for some reason, and today I was just like, you know what, let me just sit down and let me just grab a palette that I know I absolutely love. And honestly, you guys, this inspiration came from Skittles. I know that's so random, but I had a box of the berry Skittles, which is the purple box, and oh my god, I was looking at it and I'm like, dang, these colors, they were all like jumbled together in the bag, and I'm like, ooh, this looks cute. So here we are. This look was inspired by the berry flavor of Skittles. I'm so obsessed with it. And of course, girl, anytime we get a bomb ass colorful look on this channel, I am always using the Bperfect Cosmetics Carnival XL Pro Palette with Stacey Marie. This is my holy grail, my baby. If I had to recommend one palette to you guys for colorful looks, this would definitely be it. She's beautiful, she's pigmented, and girl, I even got myself a backup. It was recently on sale and I was like, don't mind if I do. And obviously, as you guys can see by the eyes today, the pigment is there. So with that being said, I did want to quickly mention the eyeliner that I used for my crease. This is actually the Suva Beauty Hydra Liner. This one is in the shade Space Panda, and this is what it looks like right here. So these are actually water activated, so I never actually put water in the container. I always take off the cap, I put the water in the cap, dip my brush in the cap, and then dip it in the product and use it that way. That way I'm not just pouring water in here and completely messing this up. But I love the fact that it's water activated, because once it dries down, you can just throw it back in your collection until, you know, you're ready to use it the next time. So super easy and very simple. The second thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is, while I was filming this look, my SD card did get full, and it doesn't like alert you or anything. Basically, the camera just stops recording. So obviously I end up noticing it wasn't recording, but I don't know how much it didn't record. So in advance, I want to apologize if anything is missing in the video, but as always, everything will be down below in the description box as far as everything I used on the face and on the eyes. Hopefully, I am praying that we got some good footage, because this look is so bomb. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're gonna get into it, girl. So as always, before we get into the video, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, which you should have already subscribed if you thought this look was bomb. Please don't forget to comment down below if you guys enjoyed today's look. And of course, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So jumping right into the Carnival palette, of course, the first shade I'm going to be using is a shade called Funky, which is a really beautiful hot pink. And you guys, the way I've been doing my makeup lately is just packing on the color as best as I can. You really want to focus on building up the pigmentation in the shape that your eyeshadow is going to be. So in my case, it's more of a rounded look. So once I felt like I was able to build up the intensity as much as I wanted, I went in with a small fluffy brush. This is a super tiny brush. I will leave the brushes down below as well. So then I go ahead and blend it out all the way across the lid. And then of course, you want to make sure you pack on that color again, because the more you blend, the more the eyeshadow is going to fade. So the next color I'm going to be using is a shade called Pep Talk. And with this specific shade, I'm actually taking a super tiny brush as well. And basically what I'm doing is picking up the eyeshadow, and the brush, I'm blending 50% on the line and 50% where I just have just my bare skin without any shadow. And what that's going to do, as you can see here, is kind of diffuse that harsh line, but also help to blend it out. And I've been doing it this way instead of going in windshield wiper motions, because I feel like it gives you a really nice, beautiful blend. So after that, I did go back in a little bit with the shade of Funky, just to make sure it was nice and pigmented. And then we're going to go in with the shade called Wasted. So this color right here, I'm going to put it right into the crease. I'm using a super small brush for this as well. This look is very detailed, so you don't want to use huge blending brushes, because all your colors will get muddy and it'll just look like a hot mess. So I did build that color up in the crease, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. Of course, I'm using my P.LOUISE and Mitchell base in the shade Blank Canvas. So I do like to stamp on my product instead of dragging it across the lid. It just gives me a nicer, cleaner line. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm not going to put this all over the lid. I'm actually going to take a little bit of makeup remover and just remove any color that's on the actual lid, because then we're going to go back in with the base and go ahead and cover that completely. And the reason for doing this is just to make sure that no colors get mixed in with their base, because girl, you want every single color to be the best intensity you can get out of it, and this is going to be the best way to do that. So I went ahead and cut my crease. Super simple, super easy. So the next shade I'm going to be using is a shade called Ecstasy, which is my favorite color in this palette. But before we do that, this P. Louise base with Mitchell is very, very thick, so I like to go in with a flat brush and just pat it out just to make sure there's no creases. And then with this color, I'm taking a very small brush. I feel like I keep saying that in today's video, but girl, precise brushes are so important. And I'm going to put this color in the inner corner of the eye, or the inner part of the lid, and then I'm going to go in with the shade A Soft Spot, and I'm also going to put this on the lid as well, but it's going to go right after that green. So I did want to tell you guys, blending these two colors together is very, very difficult, so please just take your time. Do not get frustrated if you recreate this look. Girl, just take your time. So the next color I'm going to go in with is a shade called Mood, and this is a beautiful deep navy blue. It is absolutely stunning, and I'm going to put this right after that lighter blue. And then of course we're going to go back in with a shade called Wasted, and I'm going to put that shade on the outer corner. This color and the blue is also very difficult to blend together, so again, just focus on packing, and girl, trust me, it will blend, I promise. So now I'm going to go in with the white liner, and this is why I showed you guys the liner in the intro, because I didn't show it in the video, but girl, I got out of focus, so we're going to move on. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and apply some mascara. This is my favorite mascara at the moment. This is the KKW Beauty Mascara. It is bomb, and the formula, you guys, is unlike anything I've ever freaking tried. It's amazing. Okay, so it's time for lashes. So the lashes that I'm using today are from a brand called The Bomb Lash Extensions. They are on Instagram. I will link them down below in the description box. Moving on to the face makeup, this is where the camera kind of got a little wonky, but for primer, I've been recently obsessed with the Grip primer from Milk Makeup. And then for my foundation, I'm mixing the Bite Beauty Micellar foundation with the Pure 4-in-1 foundation, and this has been a match made in heaven. So moving on to cream bronzer, I'm using the Fenty cream bronzer. I'm also obsessed with this, and I am using mine in the shade Macchiato. And then of course for concealer, I love this concealer. I talk about it all the time. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer, and I use mine in the shade Cream Cafe. So I'm just going to highlight everywhere on my face. Then of course the setting powder part also did not record. I did use the Collab translucent powder, really great powder. It'll be down below. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to go ahead and set with the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. And I actually have not been setting the cream bronzer anymore. I'm actually just setting everywhere else. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Morphe bronzer. I forget the name of this one, but I will leave it down below. I don't think they make this one anymore. This was from like a summer collection, and they do have a newer one that I'll also leave down below that's very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and bake a little. I'm using my Coty Airspun powder just to, you know, snatch these cheekbones. And then moving on to one of my favorite blushes. This is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose de Oro. It is so beautiful and has a beautiful luminosity to it. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with the LUNAR Beauty, what is this called? The Greek Goddess highlighter palette, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight these cheekbones. And I've been highlighting with my Anastasia brush as usual. And then I like to take a small blending brush and just hit right on those high points of my cheek. I just feel like it makes a huge difference. So moving on to my waterline, I'm going to go in with the Morphe white eyeliner. And then I'm taking that same funky shade, and I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line and really blow it out. And then of course I want to incorporate the purple, so I also went in with the shade Wasted and just applied that with a flat definer brush. So after the purple, I did go back in with the shade Mood and add a little bit of that. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to be taking the shade Fair Play, which is actually one of the highlighters in the palette, and just apply that right in the inner corner. And then I'm going to give myself a good coat of mascara. And then for lips, of course, I'm using the KKW lip liner in the shade Nude number 2. This is like my go-to pencil. It is just the perfect brown color for my lips, if that makes sense, or for my skin tone rather, and I'm just obsessed with it, you guys. So lining my lips takes freaking forever because I need it to be perfect. But anyways, all I do is I just line the outside of my lips as normal. I do not overline my lips, and then I go in and just feather it in, if that makes sense, just to make sure that when you put on your liquid lipstick, there's not a huge difference between your lip liner and your liquid lipstick. So it just helps it to blend better. For liquid lipstick, the first one I'm going to be taking is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. This is the most beautiful color ever, you guys, but to be honest, it is super drying. Just want to give you a heads up, but it is beautiful. So I did go back in a little bit with the lip liner, and then the look wasn't complete without some Nikki from Laura Lee, so I had to add some of that. And then I went in with a little bit of Glow Recipe setting spray. This is their Watermelon Glow Mist. It is absolutely stunning and gives you the most beautiful glow. And that was basically it for today's look. I love the way it turned out. Let me know if you guys did too, and of course, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.